Imagine a moment when two of the most famous footballers in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, suddenly find themselves far away from roaring stadiums, flashing cameras, and millions of fans. Instead of the bright lights of football arenas, they are surrounded by nothing but the endless blue ocean. No teammates, no coaches, no technology, just a small drifting boat, the scorching sun above them, and the unpredictable sea stretching in every direction. For 7 long days, these two legendary athletes must rely on their physical strength, intelligence, and teamwork to survive. At first, the situation feels unreal. Just hours earlier, they might have been training or traveling to another match, but now they are stranded in the middle of the ocean. Waves gently push their small vessel up and down as they try to understand what has happened. Panic could easily take over anyone in such a situation, but both Ronaldo and Messi have spent their entire lives under extreme pressure. From decisive penalty kicks to intense championship finals, they know how to control their emotions when everything is on the line. That mental discipline would become their greatest weapon. Ronaldo is known for his incredible physical conditioning. His powerful build, stamina, and relentless determination have allowed him to dominate football for years. Messi, on the other hand, is famous for his calm mind, quick thinking, and creativity on the field. In this survival scenario, those same qualities would become crucial. Instead of competing against each other like they did for so many years in football's greatest rivalry, they would now have to cooperate completely. Survival would depend on teamwork rather than competition. The first challenge they would face is understanding their surroundings. The ocean can be both beautiful and terrifying. During the day, the sun burns intensely, and dehydration quickly becomes a serious threat. At night, the temperature drops and darkness covers everything. With no land in sight, they would need to carefully manage their energy and resources. As professional athletes, both Ronaldo and Messi understand the importance of conserving strength. They would likely decide to rest when the sun is strongest and work when the weather is calmer. Finding fresh water would become their top priority. Humans can survive days without food but only a short time without water. Ronaldo's disciplined mindset might push him to carefully ration any small supply they have, ensuring it lasts as long as possible. Messi's creativity might help them think of alternative solutions, like collecting rainwater if a storm appears. Using pieces of cloth or containers on the boat, they could gather drops of rain and store them for drinking. In the unpredictable environment of the sea, even a small rainfall could mean the difference between life and death. Food would be their next challenge. Luckily, the ocean is full of life. With patience and coordination, they might attempt to catch fish. Ronaldo's strength could help him handle improvised tools or nets, while Messi's sharp reflexes and precision, skills that once helped him dribble past defenders, could help him strike at the right moment when fish swim close to the surface. Even something as simple as catching a small fish would boost their morale. It would remind them that survival is possible. But survival is not only about physical needs. The psychological challenge of being stranded at sea can be just as dangerous. Loneliness, fear, and uncertainty can slowly weaken a person's will. Fortunately, both men are used to carrying enormous expectations on their shoulders. They have faced criticism, pressure, and global attention throughout their careers. Those experiences would help them stay mentally strong. They would likely motivate each other, sharing stories from their careers, recalling unforgettable goals, and even joking about their famous rivalry. At some point during those 7 days, a storm could arrive. Dark clouds would gather, the wind would grow stronger, and waves would begin crashing around them. In that terrifying moment, their athletic abilities would again play an important role. Maintaining balance on a small boat during rough waters requires strength, coordination, and endurance, qualities both players possess. Ronaldo might take the lead in physically stabilizing the boat, using his power to secure loose equipment, while Messi carefully watches the movement of the waves to anticipate danger. Their competitive nature, which once fueled their legendary battles in football, could actually become an advantage during survival. Instead of competing for trophies, they might challenge each other in positive ways. Who can stay awake longer to watch for ships? Who can catch the first fish? Who can spot land first? These small challenges could keep their spirits high and prevent despair from taking over. The sun would rise and set repeatedly as the days pass. Their skin would grow tired from the heat, and their bodies would feel the exhaustion of limited food and water. Yet professional athletes are trained to endure pain and push beyond limits. Ronaldo's famous dedication to fitness and Messi's extraordinary resilience would help them keep going even when their energy fades. During quiet moments at night, the ocean would become calm and peaceful. Stars would fill the sky, reflecting across the water like thousands of tiny lights. In those moments, the two football legends might realize something powerful. For years, fans and media constantly compared them: who is the greatest, who scored more goals, who won more trophies. But here, far away from stadiums and debates, none of that matters. What matters is survival, trust, and friendship. They might begin to see each other not as rivals but as partners facing the same challenge. Ronaldo's leadership and drive would combine perfectly with Messi's intelligence and calm personality. The very qualities that made them global superstars would now help them survive in the most unexpected environment. By the fifth or sixth day, hope might start fading. The horizon looks the same in every direction, and exhaustion begins to take its toll. Yet one thing both athletes share is an unbreakable belief in perseverance. Ronaldo has built his career on refusing to give up, and Messi has overcome physical challenges and doubts since childhood. That mindset would remind them that as long as they keep trying, there is always a chance. Finally, on the seventh day, something incredible could happen. In the distance, a faint shape appears on the horizon. At first they might think it is just another illusion created by sunlight reflecting on the water. But as the object slowly grows larger, they realize it is a ship. The excitement and relief would be overwhelming. They would wave anything they can find, shouting and signaling until the crew finally notices them. When the rescue ship approaches, the moment would feel almost surreal. Two of the most recognizable athletes on Earth, saved after surviving a week in the open sea. The story would spread across the world instantly. Fans, journalists, and sports lovers everywhere would be amazed not only by their survival but also by how they worked together despite their famous rivalry. In the end, this hypothetical scenario shows something fascinating about both Ronaldo and Messi. Their greatness is not just about goals, trophies, or records. It comes from qualities that extend far beyond football: discipline, resilience, intelligence, and determination. Those same qualities could help them overcome one of the toughest survival situations imaginable. A week stranded at sea would test every aspect of their character: physical endurance, mental strength, teamwork, and hope. Yet if anyone had the mindset to endure such a challenge, it would be athletes who spent their entire lives pushing past limits and refusing to surrender. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this story is the idea that two rivals who spent years competing for football's highest honors could find themselves working side by side to survive. In that vast ocean, there would be no debates about who is the greatest. There would only be two determined human beings doing everything possible to stay alive. By the time they returned to land, they would not just be football legends anymore. They would also be survivors of one of the most extraordinary adventures imaginable, proof that even in the harshest conditions, courage, cooperation, and determination can carry people through the impossible.